Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Today, the vault has officially been opened, and we have tons of loot escaping into the world of Fallout. So, while we look at all these neat leaks, spoilers, reveals, whatever you want to call them, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All the links in the description to the eBay stores, TCG player, help support the channel, plus get the cards that you want from my box openings. Memberships are up on the channel. Patreon's in there somewhere if you want to go old school. But all you gotta do is subscribe, keep coming back. That costs you nothing, and that's all we really need. So, and if you don't, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, sell feet pics or something. And that didn't work out too well last time. I probably should have showered first. Anyway, let's get started with the new Fallout leaks, reveals, whatever. We have 3 Galaxy News DJ, white, red, and 1 for this 1/5 legendary creature. Whenever you attack, you may pay 2 colorless and sacrifice an aura attached to 3 When you sacrifice an aura this way, for each other attacking creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that aura attached to that creature. Pretty sweet for aura decks, not gonna lie. Although normally aura decks are more of the Protect the Queen style, where they just pump everything onto one creature, but this could help you go a little wider, so might be interesting. Next we have Idolize, white and 1 enchantment or enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks alone, it gets plus X till end of turn, where X is the number of non-land permanents you control. Ooh boy, that sounds a lot like, well, let's start the list. Ethereal Armor. Anyway, moving on. All the enchantments just to give you all the pluses. This is going to be a great card. It's going to see lots of play. Commander Sophia Daggery. Probably butchered that. White and 3 for this 1/3 flash creature. That doesn't seem very good. It has Crash Landing. Whenever it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target legendary permanent. That permanent's controller creates a junk token. So if you don't know, junk tokens are artifacts that say tap. Sacrifice the artifact, exile top card of your library. You may play the card anytime this turn. You can only do it as a sorcery, so you can only do it on your turn. This is pretty cool. Probably gonna see a lot of play. I mean, 4 mana, 1/3 with flash. That lets you kill a legendary permanent. Lots of good legendary permanents in Commander. So, Next we have the good old Arcane Signet, or in this case, a Dull Ring, apparently. 2 colorless tap, 1 mana of any color identity of your commander. We know what it is. Moving on. Oh, look at that. Heroic Intervention isn't cheap enough, so they reprinted it again. Green and 1, instant, permanent you control, gain hexproof, indestructible in return. Pretty sure if this doesn't dip down under $10 soon, they're going to probably reprint it again. That's really what's going to happen. We also have a sweet Pure Steel Paladin reprint, 2 white, 2/2. Obviously, equipment aura deck. Whenever equipment enters your battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Has Metalcraft. Equipment you control has equip 0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Clearly an artifact, part of the artifact deck, and this is sweet with an awesome picture. Some sweet little armor. Yeah, I'm really digging this one. Next we have the Perception Bobblehead. 3 colorless bobblehead, add 1 mana of any color. For 3 and tapping it, look at top X cards of your library, where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. You may cast a spell with mana value 3 or less from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest of the bottom in random order. This is probably a good enough mana rock to play in anything, except you'll want to play in a deck that has lots of 3 or less stuff. Otherwise, it's not doing a whole lot other than being a very expensive mana rock. And for 3, there are better mana rocks in my opinion. Next we have Vault 1/1/2 Sadistic Simulation. Red, blue, and 2 for this saga. The first 2, it says tap up to 1 target creature, put a stun counter on it, and you gain 2 energy. On 3, pay any amount of energy. If you paid 1 or more energy this way, shuffle your library. Then exile that many cards from the top. You may play one of those cards without paying its mana cost. This is disgustingly good. This should have been a mythic. Why is this a rare? Yes, it sits on the battlefield and you can deal with it before it goes off. However, I mean, I guess it's no good if they don't have any creatures, but like this still seems dumb good. Just in an energy deck, like period. Like this seems good. Next we have good old Nick Valentine, Private Eye. Blue and 2 for this 2/2. Can't be blocked except by artifact creatures, and whenever it or another artifact creature you control dies, you may investigate. Not too shabby. Next we have Liberty Prime Recharged. So this bad boy is America colors. Red, white, and blue, and 2 for an 8/8 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Because that's just fair. 5 mana, 8/8 Trampling Haster with Vigilance. It's perfectly fine. It also says whenever Liberty Prime recharge attacks or blocks, sacrifice it unless you play 2 energy. For 2 and tapping it, sacrifice an artifact, you get 2 energy and you draw a card. Let's not forget this is an energy deck where you will have 2 energy to punch your opponent in the face with. Also, it has Vigilance, which means at the end of the turn you can pay 2, sacrifice an artifact, get 2 energy, and draw a card after you punch your opponent in the face. This seems really good and will be a commander, period. Lots of decks built around this. Lots of decks. Very good card. We have the good old Soul Ring. I love the fact it's a circle around a bottle cap. This is amazing. Yep, good old Soul Ring. I like it. I like it a lot. Duke Cola. So, we have Legate Lannis, Caesar's Ace, red, black, and 2 for a 2/2 with Decimate. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a 10th of the creatures they control rounded up. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on this. How many if you got 3 people if you're playing against 3 people and you play this, everybody's got to sacrifice at least 1 creature. It's going to be a 5/5 for 4. Unless the opponent doesn't have a creature, then, I mean, yeah, seems fine. Art's pretty neat. Alright, we have Open the Vaults. 2 white and 4. Return all artifacts and enchantment cards from graveyards to the battlefield under their owner's control. This is going to be a thing. We'll just leave it at that. Next we have the good old Solomon Simulacrum. The 4 colorless 2/2 that when it comes into play, you get a basic land in the battlefield tapped. When it dies, you draw a card. Next thing we have is Mechanized Production. 2 blue and 2, enchant artifact you control. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a tokens, copy of the enchanted artifact. Then if you control 8 or more artifacts with the same name as the other, you win the game. This is a mythic reprint. However, I would definitely recommend playing this one over the other one because it's just funny because of all the Nuke Cola and rats. But anyway. We have Hancock, Ghoulish Mayor. I won't even go there. Anyway, black and 2 for a 2/1. Each other creature you control that's a zombie or a mutant gets +X/+X, where X is the number of counters on Hancock, Ghoulish Mayor. It has Undying. Kind of a zombie lord once you let it die once. I mean, I guess that kind of checks out. It is a zombie. Anyway, moving on. Next we have the old Powder Ganger. Powder Ganger. Yep, that's what it says. Red and 2 for this 2/2 has Squad 2, which means in addition to its cost, if you pay 2 colorless when it enters the battlefield, you can make tokens that are copies of it. And when the Powder Ganger enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target artifact. Basically, this is a very expensive meltdown. But you get 2/2s at the same time, so this is going to be a sweet card. It's going to see play in red. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, at least it's a 3-mana 2/2. Guardian Project reprint, green and 3 enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control, or a creature card in your graveyard, draw a card. It's kind of interesting how the big beefy one over here and the little skinny one. Anyway, well, I don't even know. All right, next we have Nuclear Fallout, 2 black and X sorcery. Each creature gets twice -X till the end of turn. And then each player gets X rad counters. Hey, Meat Hook Massacre, hold my beer. This is going to be a bomb in the rad counter deck. This, along with Meat Hook Massacre, is just amazing. I mean, 3 mana, everything gets -2/-2 on par. 4 mana, everything gets -4/-4 on par. 5 mana, everything gets -6/-6. Now we're getting into the realm of weird shit. Also, X rad counters. Very, very rad. Pun intended. Anyway, this is going to be a great card. Lots of people are going to play it if you're playing rad. Next, we have a good old reprint of War Room. 1 colorless, 3 pay life, equal the number of colors in your commander's color identity, draw a card. Good card, decent reprint. I kind of like this. Kind of reminds me of the whole dogs playing poker thing. Moving on. Next we have Centurion of the Marked. 2 black and 1 zombie. That's a 2/2. Other zombie creatures get +1/+1. And for 1 black and 1, tap it. Return target zombie card from your graveyard to your hand. This is a sweet lord. And a very nice card. I like the art. Love this style. Next we have Scrounging Deathclaw. Green and 1 for a blank +1. Its power is equal to the number of card types among cards in all graveyards. And its toughness is equal to that +1. Oh, look. It's a Loigoif. Guess I should have looked a little closer. It is a Tarmogoyf reprint. So, okay. I mean, it's cool and all. I like this. I like it. All this fits, but they've already reprinted this card into Oblivion, so whatever. Ruinous Ultimatum reprint. 2 black, 2 red, 3 white. Destroy all non-land permanents your opponent controls. That's always a fun time for somebody on the other side of the table. Next, we have Veronica Dissident Scribe. Red and 2 for a 3/3 menace. Whenever it attacks, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Pretty sweet. Whenever you discard one or more non-land cards for the first time each turn, create a junk token. That's fine. It's pretty cool. Next, we have the Junk Jet. Red and 1 artifact equipment. When Junk Jet enters the battlefield, create junk. Imagine that. For 3 colorless, sacrifice another artifact. Double equipped creature's power until end of turn. Equips for 1. This could get out of hand very quickly. Very quickly. Anyway. Next we have the Animal Friend. A green and 1 enchant creature. It has, whenever this creature attacks, create a 1/1 green squirrel. That's a squirrel. Ooh. Creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on that token for each aura and equipment attached to this creature other than Animal Friend. That's going to get out of hand real quick, green-white orders. That's going in green-white orders. Oof, boy. Next, we have Ravages of War. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Armageddon. Destroy all lands for a white and 3. Not that I have a problem with this card. I mean, well, okay, everybody has a problem with this card. Lots of cards in here are going to be causing a lot of salt at the table. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Next, we have Silver Shroud Costume, 2 colorless flash equipment. When it enters the battlefield attached to a creature you control, that creature gains Shroud to end of turn. Equipped creature can't be blocked. That's a pretty decent combat trick. Keep people from blowing your shit up. And also keep them from blocking it, but probably more effective as a don't target my stuff spell. We have Ian the Reckless. 1 red and 1 for a 2/1. When Ian the Reckless attacks, if it's modified, you may have it deal damage equal to its power to you and another target. Ooh. Equipment auras you control and counters are now modifications. Okay, so this is in the equipment aura deck. I mean, this seems cool until you attack your opponent and blow yourself up. But I'm sure there's a reason for this. I mean, once you put lifelink on it, it's all fun and games. So, just saying. Spirit Link, whatever. Next we have Moria Brown, Survival Guide Author. Okay. Red, white, and 1 for a 2/3. Not terrible. When it enters the battlefield, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Wasteland Survival Guide. With the equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each quest counter on permanents you control. Equip 1. Whenever you attack, put a quest counter on target non-land permanent you control. It basically grows itself. It's fine, I guess. Next we have Gunner Recruiter. 1 green and 1 mercenary. Trample Gunner Recruiter gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it. When Gunner Recruiter dies, if it was enchanted, create a junk token. When Gunner Recruiter dies, if it was equipped, create a junk token. So is it supposed to be a Trample Gunner Recruiter, not just a Gunner Recruiter? Who knows? Maybe it has Trample. Yeah, I think it has Trample. Who knows? Next we have Outcast of the Brotherhood. White and 2, Human Soldier. When Outcast of the Brotherhood enters the battlefield, you get to choose 1. Return target aura equipment card of value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a shield counter on target creature, and this thing is a 3/2. This is insanely good for the auras deck. and whatever deck it's in, it's going to be playing auras from the commander side. Um, yeah, this is an amazing card. Can't believe it's uncommon. Next we have Codsworth, Handy Helper. Good old Coddy boy. White and 2 for this 2/3 legendary artifact creature robot. Commanders you control have Ward 2. Pretty sweet. Tap, add 2 white. Spend this mana only to cast auras or equipment spells. Not bad. Tap, attach target aura or equipment you control to target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Interesting. A little shenanigans going on there. A little bit. Next we have Land Cycles. We got Evolving Wild and Terramorphic Expanse. The same card, but different colors. I'm lying. The same color. Colorless. But pump. Alright. And then also Land Cycles we have in the sets. We have a Path of Ancestry reprint. Kind of expected to see that. But we also have an Ash Barrens. Basic land cycling. Not bad. Could be worse. We also have a Furious Lake. This is the filter land. For 1 colorless, you get 2 mana. This is a red-blue. And, of course, once you have 1, you have many. We got a white-black one, Desolate Mire. Also the Sunscorched Divide, which is the red-white one. We also have Overflowed Basin, which is the green-blue one. Then we have Kate, Cage Brawler. Is that Kate like Kate? Or Kate like... Anyway. Green and red for a human warrior 1/1. As long as it's your turn, the Cage Brawler is indestructible. When it attacks, you and defending player each draw a card, then discard a card. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on Kate if you discard the card with the highest mana value among those cards, or tied for the highest. Oh, okay. So you both discard. If your card is the highest mana value, this thing just gets huge. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Although, I mean, normally you'd want to keep the high mana value because, I mean, in Commander, the more you spend, the better it is. I don't know. It's probably fine. Next, we have a reprint of good old Blasphemous Act. That's a sweet art, I will say that. Red and 8 colorless sorcery. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Does 13 damage to each creature. And then we have the Strong Back. Man, I wish my back was like that. Fucking sleep wrong and wake up hunched over. Anyway, green and 2 colorless enchant creature. Equipped abilities you activate, that target enchanted creature costs 3 less. Aura spells you cast, that target enchanted creature costs 3 less. Enchanted creature also gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it. Boy, the old Ancestral Mask that was a green and 3. Boy, they ain't got shit on this. Tell you what. Man. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Inventory Management. White and red instant. Split second. For each aura and equipment you control, you may attach it to a creature you control. This is insanely good. You can make anything a beast. You want to play the +10/+10 hammer on turn 1? On turn 2, lay something with double strike and trample or anything. And then on turn 3, put lifelink on it, death touch enchantment, any one enchantment spell, who the hell cares? Swing at the opponent, let the opponent not block. Inventory management, put the +10/+10 on it, punch them in face to death, game over. Fun commander. Fun. This is going to be, oh boy, this is going to be a thing. Just wait and see. Next we have Megaton's Fate, red and 5 sorcery. Choose one, disarm, destroy target artifact, create 4 treasure tokens. That's pretty good for 6. It also has Detonate. Deals 8 damage to each creature. Each player gets 4 rad counters. So either destroy artifacts and mana ramp, or board wipe and get rad counters. Seems good. Yes. Next we have a reprint of the good old Vandal Blast. That's right, for 1 red, you too can destroy target artifact you don't control, or overload it for a red and 4 and destroy all the artifacts you don't control. And it's still at uncommon. This is a hell of a reprint. Just gonna come right out and say that. Hell of a reprint. And that's one hell of a way to end it. We just got vandalized. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Until next time, be kind. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you across from the game table. hopefully not vandal blasting my shit.